SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.
Have you been seriously injured? Mama Justice is here for you. Our medical team partners with top-notch doctors, surgeons, therapists, and urologists, ensuring a comprehensive recovery journey. If you've been injured, call Mama Justice today. We're here for you.
I'm Steve Azar, and I'm on the other side of the microphone, meaning I'm asking the questions this time, and oh, have mercy for the airwaves. I spent 20 years in Music City, wrote and made some hits, traveled the world, and then moved my family back to the birthplace of American music and where the magnolia trees prosper. And now every time I put my feet on Mississippi soil, when I'm off the road, well, I'm at peace. On this show, it's all about hearing the stories straight from the mouths of the friends I've made along the way, their journey to success. Heck, there might be someone on, I don't even know, but you know how us Mississippi types are. We tend to take well to new company. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them. I'm Steve Azar. It's just like that muddy river, moving slow. Ain't no worries, it's how life goes, baby. In a Mississippi Minute.
Hey folks, time for another In a Mississippi Minute. Steve Azar here. Always grateful for you guys tuning in and my team at SuperTalk Mississippi. Speaking of Mississippi, the birthplace of America's music, where is it? Right here. Go to visitmississippi.org, plan a road trip. We're staying in the music world, which you guys know I dig. We're going to go all the way to the West Coast, but we're going to be just talking about some very cool music because I'm a jazz junkie. I live for jazz music in the morning. My wife and I have been listening to it ever since we got married for 35 years, every morning, every night. And I'm excited about my guest today. He is an amazing Afro-Cuban jazz music, been making it for the last 5 decades. In that time, he's been on extensive world tours with a new album coming out in August titled Armando Mi Conga, loosely translated to Putting Together My Conga. The album created by my guest along with his Afro-Cuban Jazz Quintet, which is off the charts, will be released, like I said, August 26th, and is invigorating. Well, they call it an invigorating tour de force. Excited about that and talking about his relationship with Giovanni Hidalgo. I'm excited to welcome in an incredibly talented pianist, musician, composer in Irving Flores. What's up, Irving?
Hello, Steve. How are you today?
I'm good. I wish that my listeners could see you and then see me and they would go, what's wrong with Steve? And then how great does Irving look? You got dressed up for me and I'm on vacation right now at the condo in Hot Springs, Arkansas. So, I'm looking at the lake and about to look at the pool in a little while. So I appreciate you taking the time to join me. I thank Rob Evanoff, your publicist, for connecting us. And I'm excited to delve into your music. First of all, you've chosen a music style, to me, that is the most complicated of anything. If you're going to become a composer and it's going to have anything to do with the word jazz, you got to be well studied. So can you take me back to your wonder years when you were a kid growing up, where all this inspiration came from? You've been doing it for over 5 decades because obviously music seeped into your soul really early in life. So take me back to the child within you and then how you got to where you got today.
Well, it's a good question. Definitely was those years when my dad was touring in the 60s. I'm talking about the early 60s. When he was part of international big band in Tampico, and he was touring to the U.S. So he brought a lot of the information, a lot of vinyls, a lot of metal from Berkeley, Henry Mancini Jazz in Classroom. And when I born, I was surrounded of all that material that I grew up, and is why my passion for orchestrate big band, thanks to the Henry Mancini's method that my dad brought in those years. At the same time, with a lot of vinyls, and also a trip he has in early 70s to Rio de Janeiro that he brought a lot of information. In those years it was totally different as today with the internet and all the new generation that has the technology, and they can just pull it anything from the receiver. So that was my really strong influence about jazz, together with generation by generation of marimba player from the southeast of Mexico, from Chiapas. And so, and I born in the Gulf of Mexico. So, it's facing Cuba to Veracruz. So I received the influence of the danzón rhythm. I started listening Bebo Valdez in those years. That was very advanced, together with a lot of influence from Dizzy Gillespie, Chano Pozo,
Sure.
Michael Tyner, Duke Ellington, and definitely a strong influence in later in my life of Chick Corea and many masters of the jazz, Herbie Hancock, many influence in my life. That was the beginning of my career.
We've got the Manning family. Archie Manning came from Mississippi, and he was a great quarterback. And then all of a sudden his son Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, two of the greatest, and now their nephew Arch Manning. So it's a genetic thing is what I'm saying. Musically, I've seen it, but sometimes the gene doesn't sort of get transferred down to the next generation. When you were kind of coming along and you were a kid, when did your dad realize that, oh my God, Irving's got it. He's got the talent.
Well, I was involved always on music, and I think I don't remember when exactly I started, but I just emerged to music thanks to my family following Joss and the parties and listening vinyls and my music instructions. I started at 5 years old thanks to my dad.
Wow.
But also one of the things is that my dad was surprised because I just repeat a pattern of him. I saw my dad writing music every day in the table with a bunch of full scores, charts everywhere with ink, writing by hand, old school. And I just repeat that pattern. I think I started transcribing my own things like when I had 7 years old.
Unbelievable. So this training, your schooling in the beginning was right there on your kitchen table.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. I mean, so for people out there that's very complex. So you're talking about like, I'm trying to think of maybe learning trigonometry or something crazy like that at the age of 7. I mean, do you feel like that? I mean, obviously there's certain things I feel like when you're young, that's got to be way above your ability to do it, but you were able to sort of look at that puzzle and look at all that and start making sense out of it at that young of an age.
It was easier to me just for the passion of music to really enjoy to have a pencil and a music sheet in my hands and just started writing music, And later, the exercise of writing music, it was just not only sitting on the piano, but also in the nature. I forced my ear to never depend of go to the piano to see what note. I was already listening music in my brain, and I put it in.
Sure, I get that part, but the composing part, to me, especially starting that young, I mean, it must be the easiest thing you do now. Let's take a quick break. We're talking to Irving Flores. The album is out on August 26th. Afro-Cuban Jazz Quintet is his deal. Hey, what's the name of the album?
Oh, it's Afro-Cuban Jazz Sextet.
I love it. All right. Going to be out everywhere where you stream and listen to music, and you can probably buy it somewhere. That would be a cool thing, especially if it's in vinyl. We're going to be right back. Visit Mississippi.org, has a big old smile on his face. I bet Irving has not been to the place where music was born in Mississippi, and maybe one day we'll figure out how to get him here. That would be a blessing. We'll be right back with Irving. I'm Steve Azar.
Let me home.
There's a ton of content from SuperTalk Mississippi on our new YouTube channel. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi on YouTube or go to supertalk.fm/YouTube. Be sure and subscribe for free to get the latest scoop on what's happening in Mississippi news, politics, sports, and the good things happening here in the state.
I got me a brand new car waiting in the driveway, shining like a bright new star.
Rocking into a Mississippi Minute. Irving Flores is my guest. Incredible singer-songwriter, amazing jazz musician, composer, producer. The list goes on and on. Visit Mississippi.org. Plan a road trip. You know, the one thing we have a writer's trail markers. We have blues trail marker. We have the country trail marker, and we have the freedom trail markers, which celebrate the greatest of the greatest, but we do not have a jazz trail marker. I wonder if Mississippi could figure that one out. I know New Orleans may be sitting over there going like, wait a minute, that's ours. And maybe so, and maybe rightly so. But my guest today, Irving Flores, special guy, as you can tell, great heart, learning to compose at the age of 7. I mean, that's just wild to me. I mean, I guess I want to put this into perspective. If his dad was a doctor and he was that good at it at 7, he could have been operating on you by the time he was 10. What do you think about that? All right. So Irving, I have a conga player and a percussionist in my band that has been with me for 30 years. He sang all the backup on my records. He's all over every record. He's got a full set of it's everything, and shakers and all the bells and whistles, harmonicas, but he's got the congas, he's got the snare, and I still have my regular drummer behind me, and he's my sidekick. This is not like you put him on stage just because you want it to look good. He is legit. And he, like I said, on my records, he's featured. You hear him. He's an amazing guy. I couldn't imagine my life making music without him. So for you and this whole conga thing, go ahead and tell me about this record, putting together my conga, which is translated, right? Armando Miconga. Miconga, as you would say it, right. So tell me about the inspiration behind that, and what's this whole conga thing?
Oh, okay. I put it together, certain composition that I composed in the past, in the 90s, another composition that I just composed recently. All the compositions talk about my experience on life, and definitely Armando Miconga represent one of the first compositions I did it in Mexico City, thanks to incredible percussionist, a conga player. His name is Armando Espinosa. Armando Espinosa called me in those years, early 90s, to be part of recognition for him by Latin percussion instruments. And I remember he called me and he said, Irving, I don't have a Latin jazz project, and the people is requesting me to present my music. And I said, I don't have my project. I'm playing with Irving Flores. And then that time I had my project that I call Son Golosos, Latin jazz in the early 90s. So, and he said, we can play some jazz standard you can arrange or something like just to present. And I said, you know what, Armando? Let me do something even better. Let me compose something special for this presentation. And I remember I started designing something for him. Armando Mi Conga is double meaning because Armando meaning ensembling, setting up my instrument. When you said in Spanish, estoy armando mi piano, is I'm setting up my
keyboards, right?
Or I'm armando my conga, it's setting up.
Gotcha.
But I use it then the word of Armando as a double meaning, but also the name of this guy. And funny thing of life, when I came to California, it was the first tune that opened doors in this beautiful city in San Diego. That was that famous trumpet player in San Diego, Gilbert Castellanos, put attention in my composition, and he pulled me, and he made me part of his project.
How does he find you? How does he hear about you?
I first found him because I was looking for the best player in town. I asked people, what is the top? And they said, go with Gilbert Castellanos because he has the best jam session. And I remember in those years, 2007, 2008, he used to call all greatest, amazing musicians from Los Angeles. And he was surrounded always with amazing jazz players from Los Angeles. So when I said, I introduced myself and I said, Gilbert, I want to play with you. And he said, let's see. Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah. So later he discovered about my composition, and currently I'm the music director of his project. In between many projects I'm managing in town. But Armando Mi Conga represent a very important composition that is already popular in South California and Los Angeles. And I'm honored to make possible, included in this album, featuring the amazing Giovanni Hidalgo, that has an amazing background. He's a world-class musician and he's an incredible percussionist. Like people will see an amazing blend together with Horacio Negro Hernandez on drums, who is in the top right now with Chucho Valdez, touring all the world, and together with Brian Lynch on trumpet, amazing jazz trumpet player, and the amazing John Benitez from New York, and Norbert Stachel that play all the reeds, clarinet, saxophone, flute. How can I tell you about this beautiful production? And this was possible because my beautiful wife made possible. Amanda Flores is my manager, and she represents my album. That I'm so proud of that.
I love it. I love hearing that. My wife runs all of the bit. So all of our publishing, all of our anything to do with everything to do with me. If she, God forbid, I mean, she runs, I mean, she's not my manager, but she's in control of all the things that are non-creative in my life. So, which are, you know, all the assets and all the intellectual property. And she knows how to keep all that stuff organized. She knows how to deal with all that. We own our own record label since 2006. You know, so she knows how to deal with royalties and all that. I mean, that just is way above my brain scale, I can tell you. So you've got what I've got in a different way and in similar ways. And we are blessed for that, I can promise you.
We are very lucky and very blessed.
Yeah.
Definitely, because it's what really musicians we need, a good partner, a right hand that supported you. And like you said, all the royalties, she just married.
I don't understand it. I just looks like a bunch of, you know, and you're the composer. You can understand it before me. Let's take a quick break. Urban Flores is my guest today. Check his music out everywhere. He's been making music for 5 decades. How long have I been making it? Since 4 decades. So I'm behind him. So I got to catch up. But I'll work on it. I'm working on it. Visit Mississippi.org as your music and culture ambassador of this beautiful state and the author of the official state song of Mississippi, which I'm so grateful. We are one Mississippi. We'll be right back on Super Talk with Urban Flores.
3 nights going nonstop. No work and all play. I don't have to be me till Monday.
Up to $20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
There's a ton of content from SuperTalk Mississippi on our new YouTube channel. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi on YouTube or go to supertalk.fm/YouTube. Be sure and subscribe for free to get the latest scoop on what's happening in Mississippi news, politics, sports, and the good things happening here in the state. In a Mississippi Minute with Steve Azar, right here on SuperTalk Mississippi.
I am really, really, really enjoying my conversation today with one incredibly talented jazz musician, producer, pianist, composer. What a sweet man, beautiful man, I can tell you. Speaking of anything beautiful in Mississippi, please come visit us, Irving. Go to visitmississippi.org. We are the birthplace of America's music. B.B. King, Elvis Presley, Jimmy Rogers, Muddy Waters. The list goes on and on and on, and Tammy Wynette and all our incredible artists. But we would love to have you on Mississippi Soul, you and Amanda, one day. And sometimes this show has made that happen, and we've developed a great relationship. But have you ever played in Mississippi?
I don't. I have never been in Mississippi, but you already decreed it. We will be there. We will be there for sure. Amanda, my wife.
Done deal. Done deal. That's great. Now let me ask you this: how about New Orleans? Have you played there?
New Orleans, yeah. I love New Orleans. Definitely.
So you're right. You're 4 hours and 15 minutes from my door on the Mississippi River. But, you know, obviously Mississippi and the Gulf Coast is right there, you know. So, yeah, and New Orleans is a special place. I have to see it at least twice a year just to get there's something about it. I grew up going there. My mom went to college there. My brother went to Tulane Med School there. My sisters lived there for a little while. And both of her husbands went to med school there. And I used to just show up on my brother's door when I was in college at 6 a.m. sometimes, just to be able to go just partake in the food and the music it was just incredible. It was such a great experience, you know. The town is alive.
What amazing soul of music.
So special.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, go back for a second. You're composing, you're seeing all this stuff on the table, and you're starting to do that, which I still can't comprehend in my small-minded mind sometimes at an age of 7. When did you start getting on the piano and the keys? What musical instrument came first? And when did what you were seeing on paper start to add up and make sense when you were looking at the piano or whatever instrument?
Well, I started definitely with the piano. Unfortunately, in those years, in Tampico, it's pretty close to the ocean. So the piano, it wasn't in a good condition. In the early 70s, it was difficult to have a good piano technician over the town.
Yeah.
So in those years, it started the fever of the organ. You know, the influence of the 60s and early 70s, the Doors.
You're talking about the B3 organ?
Yeah, the B3.
We call it the Beast. We love the Beast. And that's in all our churches in Mississippi.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So I started playing the organ in those years, and together learning for my passion of orchestration and arranging. I was so curious about how really to connect with the instruments, with the wind instruments, that was, and I started learning the saxophone. I started exploring the trombone, the trumpet, the flute. Anyway, I was so hungry to feel what it was really to write in the appropriate to the players. That is very important. And also I explored the guitar, and when I didn't play really professional any of those instruments, and I didn't complete, I just exploring, trying to understand how.
So you can be a better composer for everything, right?
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
Whole, you can serve the whole meal. And by the way, we have pipe organs in church, and we have B3 organs in church. I want to make sure I get that clear. So can you back up for a second? As a guy going from using only his hands, and then all of a sudden you're using oxygen. Those instruments are so different to me. How were you able to? I mean, you're probably going to go, Steve, how were you able to? And sometimes it's hard to explain. You don't think about it. But was it more difficult for you to play wind instruments versus just using your hands?
It was not difficult, but I think in those years your brain is totally fresh.
Yeah.
And open to
anything. Right.
Yeah, because you're excited and
you fear nothing.
Yeah, actually, I played professionally the saxophone before I moved from Tampico to Mexico City to the conservatory, National Conservatory, to start my serious piano career. But I supported my studies working, playing saxophone in Mexico City when I had 16 years old. Mm-hmm. with bands and at the daytime I went to the school is what I did. Definitely the piano was always my passion and the main thing in my brain to complete and to finish and to really get it strong and just be focused on one instrument.
I think that being a piano player do you feel like, since that was your thing, do you think that helped you better to become a better composer, being good at that? I mean, most composers I know personally are the ones messing with the keys.
Yes. I believe the instrument of the piano has better perception, visual of the universe of music because you have all the range, but also not necessarily is a rule that you need to be a piano player to be a composer, because there is a case of greatest composers that are guitar players or I don't know, trumpet players. I mean, definitely all the greatest players always have beside the piano. But for example, one of the composers like made me thinking about it is Clifford Brown, for example. Mm-hmm. Clifford Brown,
sure,
he was a genius, and in a short period of life, he made everything. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I'm discovering something new about Clifford Brown. He orchestrated for symphony and big band, jazz quartet, sextet, everything he did, everything. And I don't think it's a rule, but definitely to have the piano, you have better perception of all the range, especially for symphony. When you write for symphony,
wow. That's a lot going on there. I want to talk in this next segment. We got a short segment left about your touring, especially all this. You've toured around the world so much. What's the tour going to look like following this record? And also, I think you made this record in New York, correct?
Yes.
So let's talk about going from one coast to the other to make that record, why you chose New York. Let's take a quick break. Irving Flores is my guest today. Please check out his music everywhere you stream. And visit Mississippi.org. Has a big old smile on its face, like I always say. Plan a road trip to your Mississippi. Won't be long. Irving and Amanda Flores will be on Mississippi soil. They can't go to New Orleans and not cross the line. That kind of hurts my feelings. We'll be right back. I'm Steve Azar.
I saw the light. Sun came up in the middle of the night. Been doing it wrong for so long. I sure want to know what it finally feels like to be doing it right. I saw the light. Sun came up in the middle of the night. Been doing it wrong for so long. I sure ought to know what it finally feels like. I sure ought to know what it finally feels like. I sure ought to know what it finally feels like to be doing it. I'm doing it right. I'm still trying to find my way.
Up to $20,000 available for first-time home buyers. Hey folks, Steve Azar here. Helping is the heart of our friends at Guarantee Bank. They offer programs like the Home Buyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant that can assist qualified first-time home buyers with up to $20,000 towards down payment and provide home ownership counseling to empower you on your journey. These funds are first come, first served. Learn more about this program and to apply now, go to gbtonline.com. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC.
Listen and watch all your favorite SuperTalk Mississippi shows live and on demand. Listen to tons of music. Plus, get the latest breaking news from across the state with the SuperTalk Mississippi app. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Download the SuperTalk app on your iPhone or Android device now for free. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi in your app store on your mobile device to get everything Mississippi all in one place. The SuperTalk Mississippi app. Get it now.
Hey, this is Bob, and if you're
Talk Mississippi.
Called America. precious stone dangling off heaven's shoulder, wide-eyed, and it's time to go down.
Rolling into a Mississippi Minute, short segment left. Irving Flores is my guest, composer, producer. I'm talking master composer, master producer, amazing pianist. His quintet, Afro-Cuban Jazz Quintet, is off the charts. I want you to check out his latest record, and just excited about everything. It's called Armando Mikanga, right? Is that right, Irving?
That's right.
Visit Mississippi.org. I mean, this is like a territory of music that we got to bring to Mississippi. Yes. So we'll do that. All right, so Irving, our daughter is a new young chef in New York. She's been cooking like you were at 7 years old. She was cooking at 7 years old with real knives and real stuff, and we've said, okay, I guess it's going to be okay when she was 7. And now she's went and studied in Spain, in Barcelona, did gastronomy there. She studied in Arkansas in college, and then in food nutrition, and then went on to culinary school in New York, and that's where she's on the line cooking, and as hopefully a big chef down the line in New York. But that's where she is. We go visit her and hug her every once in a while. Why did you choose New York to make this record?
Well, it's a good question, Stephen. In November of 2023, my wife and I, when we still, as a girlfriend, boyfriend, and even we didn't get an engagement, we had a trip to celebrate, Thanksgiving to Puerto Vallarta, and in the plane, I never forgot. She said, "Okay." She took a piece of paper and a pen, and she said, "Irving, what you want for your life to make possible your composition really has a successful?" She asked me, "What you want to do? What is the way?" And I said, "Well, I need to record a new album." "Okay, write it down. Where do you want to record the album?" "In New York City." "Okay, why?" Because New York City is the place that really you can connect with the universe. It's the center of the universe.
And jazz-wise has a huge history.
Definitely.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely. And then she started asking me, "Who you want to record in your album?" And I immediately just put it, Horacio Negro Hernandez. Because Horacio, I met Horacio 30 years ago when he was on a tour in Mexico City, and I had the opportunity to share one of my compositions. We played together, and I told him, "Horacio, I wish that we play together in the near future," and that happens. I started writing all the people. Guess what? That was in November 2023.
When did y'all do this?
In March 2024, we were in New York. I have this T-shirt.
You're wearing the shirt. You know what? What I love is sometimes when you write it down, it becomes more real than it living up in your brain. Sometimes, and that, I got to tell you something. So she's writing it down and y'all are looking at that and you just do it. That's amazing. That's the beauty of our brides and how they have another level of intuition. I love that because, so what if she never asks you that? You don't do it.
No, but she really loved me, and I really love my wife, and is the person more important in my life that trusts what I do, and she just turned right now. She's learning all the magic of productions, royalties, everything. Yeah. So she's amazing.
I'm not letting my wife manage me though. You've taken it to a new level. I've got actually friends who are very successful in Nashville and in Texas, and their wives manage them, and they've managed them forever. But they were in the business. My wife only wants to do so much, and she likes to take off Wednesdays, and her name is Gwen, so she's renamed Wednesday to Gwen's Day. So she takes off. So I can't get her, So anyway, so we've got, that's pretty funny, isn't it? My guest today, Irving Flores, spectacular composer, songwriter, musician, pianist. The list goes on. And what a special man. Irving, I can't thank you enough for taking the time with me.
No, thank you very much, Steven, for having me, and thanks to Rob, and
Absolutely.
And hopefully to visit very soon all the people in your beautiful town.
Beautiful. Thank you, my brother. Take care. Blessings. Irving Flores, everybody. Visit Mississippi.org. Big old smile on his face, like I said. Plan a road trip to your Mississippi hallowed ground. Man, I'm telling you right now, I live for our home of Mississippi. All right, Irving, thank you so much. Blessings, my friend.
Thank you, Steven. Have a wonderful day.
I'm Steve Azar. In a Mississippi Minute, all 60 of them, where you can take your sweet time.
There's a ton of content from SuperTalk Mississippi on our new YouTube channel. Just search SuperTalk Mississippi on YouTube or go to supertalk.fm/YouTube. Be sure and subscribe for free to get the latest scoop on what's happening in Mississippi news, politics, sports, and the good things happening here in the state. A SuperTalk Mississippi Media production.